So I know that D is interior. I know that D is interior to the point. And I know that angle AED is 56 degrees. So 56 degrees is this. I know that DEP is 3x plus 10 degrees. And I know that AEP, the whole thing, is 5x. So the equation that I should get is 5x equals 56 plus 3x plus 10. That's the equation that I should get. Now I get 5x equals 66 plus 3x. 2x equals 66, and that means that x is equal to 33. Am I done?
No.
No. What do I need to find? I need to find them all. So I take 33 and I plug it into here. 3 times 33 is 99 plus 10. So that means that angle DEP is equal to 109 degrees. I have to plug it in here. So 5 times 33 is 165. So angle AEP is equal to 165 degrees. And then we already know AED is 56 degrees. And that completely answers question number 1. Okay? Did anybody get that?
Yes.
Okay. If you didn't get that, this is what that means. Listen up. If you didn't get this question, that means that's the kind of a question you need to start practicing on, okay, as the midterm gets closer. This is the quiz you missed, but I'm going to have you stay here because I think you can benefit from it, okay? All right, let's look at number 2. What classification does AEP have in the first problem? Is it acute, obtuse, or straight?
Obtuse.
It's obtuse. It's greater than 90 degrees, so obtuse. Number 3, I am 2 angles that are adjacent and they are supplementary. What am I? I am a linear pair. That's exactly right. Point P, J, please, no talking. I am point P in the midpoint of segment AD. If the measure of AD is 22, what is the measure of AP?
11.
Has to be 11, right? So here's A, here's P, here's D. So if the whole thing is 22, then that means that each piece has to be 11 because D is the midpoint of the two. Ray BD is the bisector of angle ABC. So here's angle ABC. And ray BD is the bisector. And that means what? Right down the middle. So this is congruent to that. What do I know? I know that ABC is 10x plus 20. So the whole angle here is 10x plus 20 degrees. And I know that ABD is x plus 50. So there are actually 2 equations I can write. I can write that 10x plus 20 is equal to 2 times x plus 50. That's one equation I can write. Does that make sense that I can say that? Yes. Because this is the same thing as this, or I can just write this out twice. X plus 50 plus x plus 50. You're not right or wrong by doing either one. As a matter of fact, you're right by doing either one. So this just becomes 10x plus 20 equals 2x plus 100. So I subtract 2x over, get 8x. Subtract 20 over, get 80. X equals 10. Am I finished? No. What do I need to know? What is the value of ABC? So I take 10, plug it in for ABC. 10 times 10 is 100 plus 20, 120. So the measure of ABC is 120 degrees. So far, so good? All right. Again, if you're missing these questions, what does that say? You have to practice with them. You've got to go back, and it totally has to be you. I cannot do this for you. I cannot do this for you. So you've got to go back and you've got to work these problems. Okay. Now, find the perimeter and the area of the following figure. What is a perimeter? A perimeter is what?
A plus B plus C.
For this, okay, I see what you're saying. You're saying for a triangle with all sides ABC. But what is a perimeter? Just give me a sentence.
Distance around.
It's the distance around the object. So all I have to do is add up 2x plus 6, x plus 1, and 50. So the perimeter is equal to 2x plus 6 plus x plus 1 plus 50. And so all I have to do is combine like terms. 3x plus 57 is the perimeter. All the way around. And that's it. So a perimeter is just the distance around. Now, because it's a triangle, what is the formula for the area of a triangle? 1/2 base times height. The base is 2x plus 6, and the height is x plus 1. So the area is 1/2 2x plus 6 times the height, which is x plus 1. And I can take half of this right here. What's 1/2 of 2x plus 6? X plus 3 times x plus 1. I would like you to at least be able to get that far. You don't have to FOIL that out. You can leave that as is. Okay?
What would be the answer if you foiled it out?
If you FOILed it out, the answer would be x squared plus 4x plus 3. If you FOILed it out. Okay. An angle has a measure of 5x minus 50 degrees. Find the expression for its supplement and complement. What is a supplementary angle?
Add up to.
Bingo. A supplementary angle is an angle that adds to another angle to give you 180 degrees. So if this angle here is 5x minus 50 degrees, then the supplement of that angle is going to be 180 minus 5x minus 50 degrees. Distribute the negative. 180 minus 5x plus 50, so this gives me 230 minus 5x. That right there is the supplement. And it's an expression, because remember the question says, find the expression for the supplement. So that is the expression for the supplement. What is a complementary angle? Two angles that add up to 90 degrees. So if I'm going to find the complement, what do I have to do to get the expression?
Subtract 5x minus 50 from 90.
90 minus 5x minus 50 is equal to 90 minus 5x plus 50. And so that gives me 140 minus 5x. And that right there is the complement. And that's all you have to do. That's it. Okay? So far, so good? Okay? Let's move on to the next one. Determine if each is always true, sometimes true, or never true. If it's sometimes true or false, give a counterexample. So if two lines intersect, then they form four right angles. Sometimes true. What's a counterexample to it being always true? Well, here's a counterexample right here. This right here, I'll say is 110 degrees. So how much does this angle have to be right here, if that's 110? 70 degrees. So this is 70 degrees. And that's all you need. A picture right here is a perfect counterexample. Okay? 9. If a number is divisible by 10, then it's divisible by 5. Always true? Okay, so give me a number that's divisible by 10. 10 is divisible by 10. I get 1. Is 10 divisible by 5? Yes. So the answer to this is always. 10. Write the conditional statement and the converse within the biconditional. Chad will get paid overtime if and only if he works on Saturday. So the conditional statement is, if Chad will get paid, then he paid overtime, excuse me, I need to say that, paid overtime. Then he works on Saturday. That's not the only conditional, by the way, that you could write. Another conditional that you could write is if he works on Saturday, then Chad will get paid overtime. So either one of those conditionals, if you wrote it, you'd be correct. Okay? The converse for the first conditional I just wrote would be if he works on Saturday, then Chad will get paid overtime. That would have to be the converse if you used this as the conditional. Okay? Does that make sense? If you used this as the conditional, then what would the converse be? If, right, if Chad will get paid overtime, then he works on Saturday. And those are the conditions. All right. Number 11, solve and justify each step. 10 minus 5w equals 22. 10 minus 5w equals 22. The justification there is given. All right, subtract 10, subtract 10. That is the subtraction property of equality. So negative 5w equals 12. That is called simplify. Divide by negative 5. That's called the division property of equality. And so w equals negative 12 fifths, or you could write the decimal, negative 2.4.
I didn't see the 10.
Yeah.
I just used
I thought it was
the negative 5.
Yeah.
Because 10 fell right in line with 11, and so I just thought it was like another number.
Me too.
I thought you messed up the
Yeah, I thought you messed up the numbers, and I was like, oh, okay.
Okay.
There we go. And now it's fixed.
And now it's universally fixed.
You all got it wrong.
Okay. Well, you did. You all got it wrong. But, okay.
So you
If you legitimately... No. That's not the way it works. Do you now see what you should have done?
Oh, I know what I should have done.
Okay.
I have 1.4. You got 4.3.
I got 4.4. I got 4.4.
Why
don't we say it another dozen times?
Well, again, I would say this. Use logical reasoning. If this is number 11, then why would this be number 10?
Because you're counting the numbers before.
But induction tells me that I've been counting upward. Why would I all of a sudden begin counting downward if induction tells
You
me?
messed up. It's human error.
Because I use deduction with past evidence that you have messed up.
Oh.
By the way, yeah.
That's detention talk right there. No, I'm teasing you. All right, well, do you see how to fix it now?
Yes.
That's the important thing, if you can see how to fix it now. Yes, ma'am.
Can you count it as correct though? Because like all of this is in
You're fixing it right now, so in a different color, please. Make sure you fix it, okay? All right, one more question. Yes? For the equation? Those are the steps right there. Again, it's just your Algebra 1 all over again, but you're just now giving a justification for everything you're doing.
So if we had negative 4.4, that's wrong?
Well, again, let's just look at it this way. I'm assuming, therefore, that you thought the equation was negative 5w equals 22, and that was it.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was.
Okay. Now, if that was the correct equation, you'd be correct. So I would probably take a point or two off just for what I would consider a reading error.
So you're grading these or we grading these?
You're grading these right now.
So we're taking minus the point?
You're going to put a question mark next to it, and you're just going to give me just a very brief sentence. You're just going to say, I missed the 10.
I thought it was number 10.
Oh, let's do some calculus.
I haven't been correcting with a different color.
Noah?
I'm sorry, it's all I have.
Okay. let's fill in the reasons here. Use the given plan to write a proof in each format. Given that angle AFB is congruent to EFD, prove we're here. Okay. If I see you guys talking again, it's a detention, okay? Okay? Okay?
Okay.
See, I'm looking for some acknowledgement that I exist, that I'm actually communicating with you. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm talking to you.
Me?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and I'm talking to you. Okay? Okay. So we're given that AFB is congruent to EFD. I need to prove that FB bisects AFC. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. The first one, obviously right here, given. So that first part there is given. Now, why can I say now that EFD, why can I say that EFD is congruent to BFC? What's the reason? Yes. Vertical angle theorem. Yes, that's exactly right. Now, why can I say that AFB is congruent to BFC? Bingo. Transitive property of congruence. So follow the logic right here. Just follow the reasoning. If AFB is congruent to EFD, and if EFD is congruent to BFC, the conclusion is that AFB is congruent to BFC. That is the transitive property of congruence right there. Why can I now say that FB is a bisector of AFC? Definition of bisector.
I put this definition of bisecting segments. Is that okay?
Y'all are getting it. Yes.
What we got in the box? What we got 3 out of 4 already? Is it wrong?
No, I'm not counting. Well, I would take some points off, but the key here is that you're now beginning to piece the whole proving process back together. So you won't be you'll get partial credit. Let me put it that way.
Is today the last day we take the test?
Yes, it's got to be done. Period 8 today. Yes, sir.
I put definition of bisecting segments because I didn't know.
Segments is incorrect because we're not dealing with segments. We're dealing with angles. Okay. Number 13, land development. A piece of property lies between 2 parallel streets as shown. Measure of angle 1 is 2x plus 6 degrees, and the measure of angle 2 is 3x plus 9 degrees. First question is this: what's the relationship between the angles? Same side interior. Same side interior. What are their measures? So what do you do with same side interior angles? You don't. So what you're saying is I take 2x plus 6 and set it equal to 180? No. Right.
They're going to be the same.
2x plus 6.
I add them and set the addition equal to 180. Yes. So they're not necessarily equal. Same side, because if they add up to 180, one of them could be 30 degrees, the other one would have to be 150. It would have to be. So they don't have to be the same, right? So what does this add up to right here? 5x plus 15 equals 180. Subtract 15. 5x equals 165. Divide by 5. 33. So x equals 33. Are we done? No, we have to plug it back in. So 2 times 33 is 66. 66 plus 6 is 72, so angle 1 is 72 degrees. 3 times 33 is 99. 99 plus 9 is 108, so angle 2 is 108 degrees. And there it is. Last question. find each angle measure, justify each answer with a postulate or theorem. For this kind of a problem, you can use any postulate or theorem from the whole book that applies correctly, okay? So, what is the measure of angle 1?
120.
120 degrees. What's the justification? The corresponding angle's postulate. Postulate, yes. I don't know why this says 14, so we'll just ignore the 14.
Yeah, I got confused.
Get the numbers messed up.
Not 14. Measure of angle 2. What does the measure of angle 2 have to be?
What? 60.
Measure of angle 2 has to be 60 degrees.
Must be 60 degrees.
Why does it have to be 60 degrees?
Because angle 1 is 120, and they're a linear pair.
Bingo!
They equal 180.
1 is a linear pair with 2. You got it. 1 is a linear pair with 2, so therefore 2 has to be 60, so that 1 and 2 add up to 180. Measure of angle 3. Why does 3...
Linear pair theorem?
You can use the linear pair theorem for 3. Yes. What is 3 a linear pair with?
4.
That's
One.
true.
One.
1. But what else can you use?
Vertical angles theorem.
Vertical angles theorem. So you can use 2 different justifications for that. Good job. All right. Measure of angle 4.
Oh, 120. Because alternate interior angles and vertical angles.
Alternate interior angles is one possibility. Yep. Vertical angle with 1. We're on this one right here. It's a vertical angle with 1, so you could use the vertical angles theorem. It's also alternate interior with 120. So again, you can have multiple justifications now. You can have different justifications. What is the measure of angle 5?
60.
60 degrees, and because of, you said it, linear pair. It's also alternate interior with what?
3.
3, and we now have 3. So again, there's another justification. 6, 60 degrees, because
Linear pair.
linear pair with 120, or alternate exterior with,
2.
you got it, 2. Go ahead.
Speak up, Marty.
It is a vertical angle with which angle? 5. So if you said vertical angles with 5, you're correct. Measure of angle 7, 120. Vertical angles theorem is possibility. Alternate exterior angles another.
So you haven't
Corresponding.
graded yet, have you? So the test score that you sent home was what?
That was from last week, right?
Okay. The score that I sent home was from last week's exam, which was 3.1 through 3.3. This is the quiz. This is the quiz, and I figured that we could use our time today best on the quiz. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to pass the quiz back to me. I'm going to get the quiz. The homework assignment this weekend is the 3.5 practice and problem solving, and I've got to tell you how far to go here on the 3.5 practice and problem solving. Okay. Practice and problem solving, you're doing numbers 10 through 28.
You can assign us homework, not this learning.
Yep,
What if I have reasonable excuse why I can't do this?
you're doing homework. That's the homework. 10 through 28 all. Practice and problem solving, section 3.5, which is still on parallel lines and perpendicular lines. Okay?
60 degrees.
All right, this has been Geometry at Bangor Christian Schools. And remember that Walmart spelled backwards is Tramlaw.